Yo, bro, those stupid Americans, they don't even honor their contracts, yeah?
Yeah, bro, they don't even, guarantee that what they say goes, man.
The politicians are so pure up, bro. They make all these false statements and they go back on their word, man.
Luckily, back in Terrascon, Sharia law totally keeps us in line, bro. It keeps us totally truthful and keeps us from getting in each other's business, man. My honest taco!
We paid the bills, man! We paid the bills! Did they cut the grid or something? Who are you, bro?
Is it Mohammedu? Have you finally returned, Prophet?
You two maggots disrespecting America. I ain't no Mohammed, I ain't no prophet, and I ain't no dude. I'm Uncle Sam, and you'd better believe it.
I thought you were just a legend, man.
I am no legend, no mere man. I am the spirit, the soul, the very manifestation of America. You young scallywags think this country, this great and honored country, is all about injustice, eh?
Yeah, man.
Well, am I about to prove you wrong? Freedom!
Woodward. Webster.
All rise for Chief Justice John Marshall. Be seated for Chief Justice John Marshall.
You know who I am. Let's get down to business, gentlemen. Here are the basics. Alright, Dartmouth College, granted a royal charter from King George III in 1763, wants to claim that the state of New Hampshire and its governor have infringed upon their rights. Said infringement has taken the form of the state reinstating a former college president against the board of trustees' wishes, revoking the college's independence previously guaranteed in King George III's charter. That about sums it up. Dartmouth has the floor.
Thank you, Chief Justice John Marshall. I, Daniel Webster, am the representative of Dartmouth College, and am indeed one of its many honored students. The College Board of Trustees feels that, since our rights as a private institution have already been laid out in the Royal Charter granted by George III, that the state of New Hampshire, represented by my estimable colleague Mr. Woodward here,
Your mom.
that the state of New Hampshire has no right to impose on us. They seek to transmogrify our college that has run privately as a private institution for decades into a state-run public school.
Demographically and racially insensitive.
I believe Mr. Woodward wants to take the floor.
Oh no, take your time, sir.
I insist, Woodward.
Well, thank you very much.
Webster.
I would like to point out to Chief Justice John Marshall that the New Hampshire state government has already made a decision on this issue. It was of their opinion that the charter granted by King George was not subject to protection from the Constitution. I believe I've made my case. Judge away, Chief Justice John Marshall.
Objection! The New Hampshire Supreme Court conveniently forgot to specify exactly what type of contract is protected by the Constitution, and what exactly a contract is.
Well, even if the charter were protected by the US Constitution, it's not even a contract!
Then what exactly would you proclaim it to be, Mr. Woodward?
This getting good.
I would call it an amendable legislative act!
That charter is as much a contract as anything else. It has, and I implore your attention, competent parties, subject matter, and agreement of the parties.
Does that mean that a contract made by a snobbish, oafish king decades ago still holds the same warrant and authority in our newfound democratic republic?
A contract is a contract, no matter who made it, you filthy Jeffersonian rebel!
Even if it was made by a dictatorial monarch, you royalty-praising sucker! Ah!
No need for that, bailiff. Now listen here, boys. We'll have no shenanigans or tomfoolery in this court. It is the highest judicial authority in our United States, and it will be treated with suitable respect. I expect you two well-educated gentlemen, such as yourselves, to understand the proper conduct required in this hallowed establishment.
You.
Behaving like civilized gentlemen and not some common riffraff. You may proceed, Mr. Woodward.
Would you truly revoke a decision that has already been made by the New Hampshire state government? Chief Justice John Marshall, would you truly violate the 10th Amendment, which states that any power not granted to the federal government is left to the state legislatives? This state has ruled that any institution within that state shall be controlled by the state, and that decision should be final.
It is specified in the Constitution. Let me make this clear for you, Mr. Woodward. Under Article 1, Section 10, Clause 1 of the Constitution, states are expressively forbidden from impairing or obstructing any previously granted contracts. This means you, Mr. Woodward, are sorely mistaken.
Chief Justice John Marshall, may I make a final argument?
You may proceed, Mr. Webster.
Indeed, so brother.
Dartmouth College is, and always has been, a private institution, founded with hard work, perseverance, and gallons of sweat, established by a private man with private ambitions for a common goal, quality Christian education for every man, woman, and... Wait, this is 1819. For every man... Wait, this is 1819. For every white man who so desires it and can fork up the cash. Chief Justice John Marshall, it is, as I've said, sir, a small college, and yet there are those who love it.
Amen.
Anger vomit!
Mr. Webster, your eloquence is just godlike. It knows no bounds. Now hear this. Sit down. Now hear this. Now hear this. It is the ruling of the Supreme Court of the United States of the state of New Hampshire, represented by Woodward, has no right to revoke the charter granted by the George III or the private nature of Dartmouth College. It will, in the future, for generations to come, be ruled by the decisions of the Board of Trustees. Godspeed, Dartmouth, and God bless you, Daniel Webster.
Right on, man, right on.
Don't think me yet, bailiff. Injustice, however scant it may be, still lurks in this land, and I will not rest until every last bit has been vanquished.
I pledge allegiance to the Sam of the United Sam of America and
and to the sail for which it sails. One sail, under sail.
One and indissable.
Oh man!
What a crazy dream! What did you put in this hummus, Hamid?
Just like a regular 9 merchant's olive oil, Wasim.
For all your oily needs.
Anyway, it must have been some hallucination. There's no way America would have that much justice, bro.
Well, hey, have you burned that American scoop again? We can check it and see if this Uncle Sam person told us the truth.
Sam!
Uncle Sam person told us the truth. The case of Dartmouth vs. Woodward set the precedent for states being able to break previous contracts.
Also, in this case, had an important influence on enabling private companies or institutions to run without fear of interference from the states.
Most importantly, this case set the precedent for private non-government mandated education in the fledgling United States.
Maybe America isn't that bad. No!
أب وقلب صابر عاطف وعين